Alright, we are at Trobriand, the final boss of the lair of the Mad Mage. I've explained the mechanics in text already. I didn't want to turn it on until after I had finished explaining them, and this will complete our training videos, guild training videos for Lair of the Mad Mage. We are in an all-guild group. I don't think we're going to have any issues with this fight, so I'll go ahead and explain a little bit. At the start of the fight, Trobriand will be right where he's at. And after a few seconds, after the tank grabs aggro and the fight starts, he will spawn scorpions around on the coils. Now, as you DPS him, the coils will light up with electricity. And Trobriand, if the scorpion is sitting on a tile that is electrified, the scorpion will wake up, and it will be an electrified scorpion. Otherwise, the tank should direct Trobriand's blast, and I'll show you the blast again. It's this little cone shaped. It's in a cone, and the tank should direct that blast to the scorpions to wake them up manually, one at a time. Now, there's the red cone attack right there. We'll wake up those two scorpions. So, DPS needs to go easy on Trobriand until after the scorpions are dead. And the reason that is because as you DPS him, you see the lightning right here. Eventually it'll be on the third, then the second, and then the first coil. As I said earlier, if that wakes up a scorpion, then the scorpion will basically be twice as powerful as it otherwise would have been. So once all the scorpions are down, you can just DPS Trobriand. So if you are a tank, you need to know that is kind of your responsibility, is to wake up the scorpions. Just make sure your back is to a couple of them, whatever. That way when he uses that attack, it will pick up a scorpion. As you see, the more we DPS in him now, 2 of these sets of coils are lit up. And eventually there'll be a third one lit up. So if you're DPS, as I said, you want to go easy on him until after kill all the scorpions. Scorpion phase happens twice. As you see, that went down, here we got new scorpions. The tank will basically determine how many scorpions get woken up. You can wake all 4 of them up if you know where to drag the Trobriand. As DPS, you want to ignore Trobriand when the scorpions come out. Go right after the tanks, the scorpions. You want to ignore Trobriand. So as you see, we have these little signs over our head. I'm connected to Basil, and I thought we were far enough apart there, but we weren't. And if you have similar signs to the person you're connected to, when Trobriand claps his hands, it will pull everyone together. When that happens, it's kind of like an Orcus chain, and you'll take a decent amount of damage, but on top of that, you'll also get a stack of a status anomaly that lowers your damage by 5%. Now that may not mean much in this fight until the end, whenever you're destroying these pillars that are around the battlefield. Those pillars charge up Trobriand's final attack, and that attack is stronger the longer it takes you to destroy the pillars. So if you've taken 2, 3, and 4 of these stacks of the chains, then you're going to be doing 20% less damage. That's on top of any red stacks you may have received. So attacks from Trobriand, he does that cone attack that you've been seeing a lot of. His other attack is these slaps. He kind of just slaps you a couple of times. It's pretty mechanical in nature, I guess. It's kind of just always a slap and then another slap, and then he stops for a second and does something else. So when he does that, when he throws his hands out, you get the plus and the minus signs over your head. Now think magnets. If you both have similar signs, then they get pushed apart. Alright, so at this point, the tank usually goes for the first pillar and everybody goes to that one. And this is the stage where those res stacks I was telling you about might actually matter, or those chain stacks might actually matter. Now, they can be cleansed by a cleric. They do wear off. It's odd though, usually it takes like 2 or 3 cleanses to get rid of them. I don't really know why. But so you go around, everybody runs to the same one, and then you rotate clockwise around the map. As you see over on the right, you have the charge of the storm. And that is going to be his final attack. It's just a little blast attack that will do damage to us. Usually about 2/3 of the way is where most groups get as far as it being full. Everybody tends to live through that unless they get a critical hit. So after this happens, you want to all group up right here in the middle inside the cleric's protective barriers. If you are a guardian fighter, or if you're a fighter, you want to use your little phalanx power at that moment to also reduce the damage of the group. If you're killed by that, you're permanent. Here's his other attack, the palm blast. He glitches out on it and put his arm down, but he'll stick his palm out in front of him, and it does a significant amount of damage. Tanks now tend to be strong enough to take it without any issues. So, but before, if you're around a 450 to 500,000 hit point tank, it will cause problems for you. And so will Trobrand, because that's where you should be at when you're in this dungeon, if you're on the level of this dungeon. Depending on how long this fight lasts after he does the pillars, he can sometimes summon other scorpions. As you can see, all the coils were electrified, so any scorpion he summons after you destroy these Tesla coils is a electrified scorpion. But he doesn't summon them a lot. He summons them maybe one at a time. And that's pretty much Trobriand. That is Lair of the Mad Mage. I will upload this video later, and we will have a complete Mad Mage collection. Should have been done a while ago, but it just happens sometimes. What drops from these chests? You can get the Trobriand set of equipment here, the electric collar and the belt. You can also get pretty much any other drop in the game. I don't believe... oh, look, a brilliant diamond. Wow, I'll take that. So you can even get brilliant diamonds in here. So there's a title that you can get if you haven't gotten it yet. It is back at the end of the, back by the campfire. This wall right here fades away after you kill the boss. And to get the title, you just jump up on these things. You climb over here and you get on top of... You don't do what I just did and you fall through the ground right there. But you get right over here and it's this map thing right here that gives you the title. I've already gotten it, so it wasn't sparkling. But that's it. That is Lair of the Mad Mage. Might do one more video on it at some point just to do a complete run straight through. We'll see. But that's it.